Y'all cannot imagine the death threats that I've gotten over the years
I bet.
on different platforms. Just having the conversation is difficult sometimes. So I'm just really thankful to those that support me and listen to what I have to say. And I praise God for his protection. With that being said, today I just wanted to get on here and talk to y'all a little bit about the aunties. And what I mean by the aunties is, I mean, I'm sure a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about a lot of these older women, especially, that come online and just spread a lot of really bad ideologies, really negative ways of thinking to the masses, and especially to us women. They discourage us based off of their bad experiences. They project their negative emotions on us based off of what they've gone through. And a lot of them are just very miserable. They're very miserable. They're nasty. And they want us to be a part of their misery. Like we've all heard the phrase, misery loves company. And it's so true. Misery loves company. These women who are spreading this stuff, they want us to be miserable just like them, whether they admit it or not. A lot of them don't even like to acknowledge that they're miserable or just address their misery, but it's the facts, and it reflects in their projection. A lot of them, they speak against relationships, they speak against marriage. They make it seem like men are just the scum of the earth, like there's just no positivity. They say, oh, things like, oh, marriage doesn't benefit women and stay by yourself, be single, be celibate. They just preach all these different ideologies. And a lot of times it comes from the fact that they've either been married and had an unsuccessful marriage, a lot of times by their own doing and by their own fault. A lot of them have either not been able to attract the kind of man that they want, not be able to attract a man that has ever even asked to marry them, or just haven't been married. And
And sometimes they get the man they actually want, claim they want, but then the claim is not good enough because they compare themselves to the next woman. And like I've said before, the only reason I believe they make that type of hate like towards men and don't get married, leave men alone, do this to the younger women, because I said before they are competing with the younger women, because she knows if most women, because there's not enough rich men to go around. I was gonna say not enough good men, but remember, to them, a good man is one who has money and willing to pay all their bills, right? So there's not enough good men to go around. So if a woman who's like 45 years old tells younger women, "Oh, leave men alone. They're a headache. They're gonna, drive you crazy. Leave them alone." If all those women say yes, guess what? She has less competition, so she has enough rich men. She has a higher chance of finding a rich man.
now they're old, they're alone, and they want to project those same nasty insecurities onto you. They want you to be alone too. And I just encourage y'all, if y'all listen to them, because I'm not going to lie, like I'm a believer of eat the meat, spit out the bone. A lot of creators that we listen to, including myself, you're not going to agree with everything I say.
Yep.
Most people, you're not going to agree with everything that they say. So if you want to listen to them, cool. If you find something that is beneficial that they say that works for you, cool. Again, eat the meat, spit out the bones. But as far as really listening to these women, seeking them for advice, they're not the ones, especially if you know, hey, I want a man, I want to be married, or even if you don't want to be married, I want a man. If you know that, the last thing you need in your space is negative energy and women talking down on marriage and down on relationship and down on men just because you didn't get the outcome that you wanted. if you notice, you never really see these aunties explaining to you, oh, how to pick a man, how to vet a man,
Because they don't know how.
how to attract a good man, how to even be attracted to a good man. Because a lot of our issue is we don't even like good men a lot of times.
Facts. I
We
say
like
that
the
all the
bad
time.
boys, we like
Mhm.
the F boys, we like men that you shouldn't even be dealing with in the first place.
They want a man who has money. This is the type of man so many women want. They want a man who has money. No, let's start with the physical. They want him tall, with hair, tattoos all over the place, with that gangsterhood kind of persona, rich, with the money, willing to spend on it, spend the money on them, with a good D, and then he cannot tell them to do shit. Like he gotta take them the way they are. That's the kind of man they want. He's gotta have the money and let them do whatever they want. I don't know where they find those guys, but that's the kind of guy they want.
They never teach you those types of lessons. They never tell you, hey, from my experience, this is the kind of man that you want. This is the kind of man that you don't want. They just want to throw the whole male race away. And that's not the answer. That's not the energy you need. That's not the energy that you should want around. These women are literally going to help dig you in a grave, because at the end of the day, men are needed, men are important. A lot of us, you want a man. These same aunties that are speaking against men and how terrible they are, these are the same women who are freezing eggs. These are the same women who, when they get older, they're all calling in to Kendra or whomever and trying to find somebody. Like, no. And then they spread their misinformation to the masses. So save yourself.
She's right about that. They call into Kendra after they get the 4 kids with 6 different baby daddies, and they want the next guy to come pay for all the kids that don't belong to him, and she's not giving him any more kids, and and no sex till after marriage. Let me say that again. They got 4 kids with 6 different men. Yeah, I know the math is out. And then they want the next guy to make more money than their baby daddies. They want him to not ask for them, not expect them to get a kid from them, right? And this is true life story because I've reacted to these videos. And then they expect the new guy, the stepfather, to only expect sex after marriage, but they didn't require their baby daddies to have marriage before they gave them babies. Crazy.
So protect your peace. Don't be listening to this nonsense. Don't listen to these aunties that mess things up. The things that they're telling you is lies. They're telling you that marriage isn't beneficial. If anything, marriage is a lot riskier for the man than it is a woman.
That is true.
Marriage has always been the number one way that women have acquired wealth. If you meet the
Mhm.
right man and you actually have good taste and make good choices and actually do what you're supposed to do as a woman, you can attract an amazing man and
That
have an
is true.
amazing life. But since a lot of these women don't have the tools, they don't even know how to get the kind of man that they want.
They
They
blame the
don't
man.
even know how to get a real good guy.
Or keep him.
They just want to tell you, oh, just stay alone. Just because they can't do it. That's all they can tell you. They can't give you any real game about how to be as a woman. They just want to tell you and convince you that you don't want a man. And a lot of you do. Stop lying to yourself. It's not that you don't want a man,
They can't get
is
it.
that you make bad choices. We make bad choices as women. We throw away all these good men out here, and a lot of you have turned good men into rotten men.
That's
What
true.
encourages a man to be good when he's not appreciated? Y'all don't know how to be appreciated. A lot of y'all are lazy and don't want to do anything. And it's like y'all are blaming the men, and you listen to these aunties that are going to coddle you and make you feel like, oh, it's the man's fault. It's not you. These men aren't any good. No, we're no good.
She's, I mean, I don't know why Brianna stopped making content, honestly, but maybe it's because of the death threats. Because in the beginning of the video, she said women were sending her death threats. I know it's crazy. Who would have thought that women are literally threatening another woman for speaking positively about men? Who would have thought? Because we know women like Brianna are far and far in between, right? Are they there? Yeah, but they're very few. And usually, women like her, when they speak positively about men, guess what other women do? They attack them. So maybe, I don't know, she's busy. I hope she's fine. But we need a voice like hers, because at least it's better when women hold each other accountable rather than me trying to hold women accountable, because they'll be like, who are you? You know nothing about women. I'm not saying it's easier when women hold each other accountable, but at least they won't say you hate women. They would just say they probably call her pick me all day, but death threats, maybe that's one of the reasons she stopped making content. But she's right. She cooked that whole video. The truth is, old older bitter women don't like younger women to have good results, because they're going to look in the mirror and be like, how dare you be in a successful marriage when I couldn't? So they would rather preach bad things about men to discourage the younger generation, so they feel like they did nothing wrong. It's the man's fault. Lack of accountability. But shout out to Brianna. I'm hoping she will be making content again soon, man.